Today, we're going to talk about the dreaded HR. For sales managers, this is usually a bad word or a bad acronym. Human resources gets in your way, causes you problems, right? That's the common stance that I find most sales managers. They feel that they're fighting against HR all the time. What I want you to do is try to change that mind shift starting today. And I want you to figure out a way you can work with HR. Talk to HR before you need to talk to HR and build a relationship within the company with HR. You may not like HR. You may really have a true beef with HR that they are fighting against you, that they don't like you. Okay, let's assume for a second that that's true. Even if that's the case, can you build a relationship now when you don't need them? And can you spend time with them and understand what it is that's driving their goals, what's driving their importance. That way you can figure out a way to align with them. Doesn't have to be right. I'm not saying that anything that they're going to say is the way you need to adjust. Can you find a common ground of alignment that says, hey, I understand what they're trying to accomplish here? Also, do you understand the metrics and pressures they're under? When we would start a performance improvement plan, I found it shocking that HR is always shifting. I thought they were all about consistency and it's always the same for everybody. That way they're not open to any kind of risk or litigation. What I found out is as the terrain changes for them, their environment changes, information comes available to them about what reps may be doing. They had to adjust their stance on how they would handle performance improvement plan. So where I started out with, you've got 90 days to improve, later turned into 30 days to improve because of something that changed on their side that they didn't want to communicate out to the troops. They didn't want that to be outside of their purview. But if I'm having one-on-one conversations with them and they feel like they can trust me with that information, they're going to help me understand better expectations that I can lay down so that we don't get any surprises. During a termination process, which is usually where HR is involved, this is not a time for surprises. It needs to be a very consistent, expectation set plan that's going to either allow them to work themselves off or work themselves out of the company. You don't need an opportunity there for surprises to be introduced. Talking to HR on a semi-regular basis, once a quarter, once every 6 months, should improve not only your relationship with HR, your understanding of HR, and that they may not be the enemy you think they are. If you found this video helpful, please follow us on all of our social media platforms. Thank you.